Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, we're going to be talking about Ronald Araujo, guys, because unfortunately, Barcelona, we picked up another injury in Ronald Araujo in his match against Uruguay in the Copa America. He did pick up an injury. We're going to be talking about that. And as well, talking a little bit about his contract situation because Ronald Araujo, he has still not renewed his contract. And then as well, we're going to be talking about Jadon Philogene. Is that move still on? We're going to be talking about potential low-cost option to reinforce Barcelona's midfield in Lamine Camara from Metz. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about Jules Koundé, just basically saying, hey, what is the latest in regards to his situation? But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything's posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into the video and let's talk about Ronald Araujo because Ronald Araujo, he has injured his hamstring and he's going to be out for roughly 6 weeks. That's the timeline that is being reported in the media, and it's at least 6 weeks. So Ronald Araujo, he's going to be joining Pedri, he's going to be joining Gavi in that injury list, as well as Frankie de Jong. And looking at that preseason, it's a lot of key Barcelona players, they're already injured, and it's going to be interesting to see how Hansi Flick manage that situation. And it's very exciting for those Barcelona youngsters who are going to be given chances in that preseason. And first team spot is definitely up for grabs. But continuing talking about Araujo, guys, it's not ideal that Araujo, he keeps getting injured. And looking at Araujo's injury record, guys, he's already picked up multiple injuries in his career, taking him out for significant periods of time. And what could this mean in regards to his contract situation? Because Ronald Araujo, he has been in negotiation with Barcelona in these past couple of months, but nothing has been finalized, and there's been heavy interest from other teams offering 70 to 80 million euros. Keep in mind his injury record and knowing how potentially Ronald Araujo has mentally checked out after that PSG game. Could Ronald Araujo be that player, that big sale to happen this summer? In regards to that injury, Barcelona, they're not going to be taking any risks. But it's interesting to see what's going to be happening with Ronald Araujo. This is one of the summers, and you could say Araujo is the closest to leaving Barcelona. And, a deal hasn't been finalized. Barcelona, they're going to have to sit with Ronald Araujo and basically discuss that with him. And so, on one side, it's not a good thing that Ronald Araujo is injured. We're going to have to see how that injury affects contract negotiations. Is that going to affect Barcelona at all? We're going to have to see, and I'm definitely going to make sure to keep you guys updated. And next, I'm going to be talking about Lamine Camara, a player from Ligue 1 who plays for Metz. And because of Barcelona's interest in Nico Williams, this report from Sport is saying that, hey, because of that interest in Nico Williams, going after a Joshua Kimmich, going after an Amadou Onana, players who are going to be expensive, it's basically going to be virtually impossible. And so Barcelona, they're exploring low-cost options, and this is where Lamine Camara, he does pop up in the radar. A very young player from Senegal. He plays for the Senegalese national team. I don't know if he's debuted yet, but the price tag for Camara, a midfielder who would basically be able to play in any part of that midfield, a CDM, a central midfield, or even in an advanced role. The price tag is 10 million euros. But right now, Barcelona, they haven't negotiated with Camara or Metz. But Camara is a player that Barcelona, they are keeping an eye on. Basically, just seeing and basically having a scouting report on Camara and just have him on the radar. But guys, if you guys have seen Camara, if any of you guys who are watching my channel also watch Ligue 1, what do you guys make of Camara? Because I haven't seen much of him. Are you guys a fan of him? Do you guys think that he would work for Barcelona? And could he have an impact? But now, guys, I'm going to be talking about Jadon Philogene because Jadon Philogene, the deal. That a name that came up recently in the media. Fabrizio Romano has said a deal involving Jadon Philogene and Barcelona is basically ruled out. The whole city right now is expected to choose between Crystal Palace, Ipswich, and Everton as his next destination. And it makes sense because Barcelona, they were looking at Jadon Philogene on a loan with a option to buy. And the thing is, why will Hull City and why will Jadon Philogene take that without anything in return? You're basically giving Jane Philogene a chance to succeed at Barcelona. If he doesn't, then that negatively harms Jaden and your chances of selling him again. And if he does, then Barcelona they're not going to be paying insane amounts of money. So in either situation, Hull City they wouldn't be getting a win. And looking at Jaden Philogene, he is an exciting winger, but maybe that step up from Hull City to Barcelona is just too big. And I'm not too upset about Jaden Philogene not coming to Barcelona. I haven't seen much of him, but it's interesting to see that Barcelona they are looking at options, just saying, hey, Plan Bs, Plan Cs. It's a good thing, but always keep in mind that priority has to be Nico Williams, and I'm glad it is. But now, guys, the last topic that I wanted to talk about on today's video is in regards to Jules Koundé, because Arsenal they were interested in Jules Koundé. But because of their interest in the Bologna defender Calafiori, that is no longer the case. Arsenal are no longer interested in Jules Koundé, and I'm happy because Jules Koundé in these Euros in this latter half of the season has been absolutely world class, just solid in that right back spot. And looking at the utility that Jules Koundé can provide to the squad, there is absolutely no chance that we're selling him unless there's a massive, and I'm talking about massive, like 100 million. Offer were to arrive, in which we would sell him, because the performances that he's been put in that right back position has been absolutely amazing. He's been killing it at the Euros, and he can also play in that center back role. But guys, that was it for the Barcelona news of the day. Definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on everything to discuss on today's video. Araujo has unfortunately picked up another injury, going to be out for roughly 6 weeks, and that's basically the soonest that he can return to. And keep in mind that there is an international break in September, and so we're basically not going to see Araujo until I would say some way in November, around there. But guys, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys all in the next video.